That was so cute. That was so cute.
Welcome, Mom, to the multiverse. You have been in our chat forever. You've been our moms our whole life, but this is the first time officially that it's just you on the show.
Welcome.
I know. That's just the four of us. This is great.
Just the four of us.
Just the four of us.
I feel like it's always
make it if we try.
We try. Just the four of us.
Just the four of us.
You and
I love that. I start sounding
that.
like Cardman if I do that.
No, it's okay.
If you listen carefully, you can hear YouTube just robbing its wallet. So we should probably stop singing.
Right. They're like, nope, sorry, we're cutting that off. You guys can't sing that
just
song.
Like him. I sound so much like the song that they would like bust us.
They would bust us, exactly.
Oh my goodness. I'm like,
And harmony too good. Welcome everybody also to the chat. Hey Enzo. Hey Paranormal Chop Shop.
Yo.
We got Janet.
It's my people.
We go Spooky. Hey everybody. Everyone is here showing out for Mom.
Dorothy.
We're so excited. Oh, actually, yes. Speaking of that, we did also get our first donation from Dorothy. Thank you so much,
Dorothy.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Dorothy's the best. Is she not?
She's so sweet.
She's a great supporter.
I say Dorothy's my kin because she has the same last name as my partner, and I'm like, you guys have to be related.
Oh,
I'm convinced.
Really?
I'm convinced. Yeah,
I'm convinced. Related. You're related to a lot of people. We were trying to figure that out because
I feel like we're all like related. It's actually funny because like Commander Keen was in our Discord Bree and said that he had a dream about us, but we were the same being, and I was like, oh, that makes sense to me. I was like, yeah,
that's about right.
That's about right. Yeah. I was
like, were there two heads? Because that would
no, it was like one being and we were both embodying said being. And I was like, that makes sense because on Earth we're one soul split into two people. So in dream time, it makes sense that we would come together to be like all powerful.
Just another day in ufology.
Just another day. Just another day. All right.
Before
we get started, we should pledge of allegiance.
had to do the hand jive in honor of
I know. Rest in peace, Olivia Newton.
Olivia Newton.
Oh my God,
Newton-John. Yes,
that
I know. Rest
up.
in peace.
I saw her live once when I was like 10.
Oh,
did you?
That's jealous.
amazing.
Yeah, I did, yeah. In Sheffield Hallam Arena.
And then I have to show you guys something too.
Okay, wait, and one more thing before we get into the bullshit of the day. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, and we recorded a statement. So this is our statement just for all the crazy things that are happening.
Whatever you hear about me from now on, believe it. Believe that. Put a spin on it, twist on it, suck on it, spit on it. Believe it, because I don't care. Okay.
I was actually going to do that audio. That's so funny.
It's pretty succinct. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's how I feel. That's the only comments we'll make. Have a nice life.
Have a nice day. Jamie's already seen this, and this will show up in our vlog eventually, but I got myself from my sister an official butt stuff candle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
has to be merch. You have to do that on your store.
So I would absolutely say I'm going to light this every time we do butt stuff, but I have no idea how much it costs because, again, my sister got it for me and it's smaller. But I saw the larger size at Nordstrom. She's like this big, and it was like $350. So I said no. That's not in the budget.
Wow.
And so, like, I'm not even going to light it. It's just going to sit here. And we'll just
because if you light
Enzo
it,
has
what
a good
happens?
question.
Does the butt like
put your top down?
Oh, does it smell like gas?
Oops. What does it smell like?
It doesn't. I think it smells like faint vanilla, so definitely the best I've ever smelled.
This smells like a good diet.
But I don't go around sniffing ass.
You should.
Or do I?
Are you sure? I don't
Speaking
know.
Of ass, I was like, speaking of ass, we do have 2 new additions to our screen. We do have Jake and Chad begging you guys to give us money, and they're shaking their ass for it. So we appreciate your service, boys, and we thank you.
We thank you. All right. Who wants to do? I kind of want to start the first video of the day.
Yes, please.
And it's going to be interesting because it's sort of like a 2-part video. So the first one, there's really nothing to debate.
Oh, okay.
One of the questions I get asked the most is if I've ever seen any UFOs. And tonight, we saw some pretty interesting things.
Yeah, we did actually. Quite a few different things, actually.
Yeah, so we saw what looked to be a star that would get bright and then go dim, but it was also moving.
I
don't know what else.
Rapidly blinking lights.
Even from the side, it looks just
rapidly
like
blinking lights above them, and then there looked like there was smaller, really faint lights that were kind of shooting out from them or around them or something. So.
Yeah, it was very unusual. I haven't seen anything like this before. I've seen other UFOs, but nothing like this before.
Yeah. So lots of activity, like the whole time we were flying tonight, which was about a 5-hour flight. We saw all sorts of stuff, and then at the end, he was actually taking a restroom break, but the flight attendant was up in the cabin, and we saw something really crazy that I'm going to post next, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and the other thing is a lot of other pilots, while they were out there, were talking about it.
So, like, this is super interesting to me because I feel like now, slowly since they're like, hey, look, we put this thing in place so you guys can actually report it and we'll take it seriously. And then with everything happening in the government, I feel like now pilots are going to slowly start to become more comfortable with being absolutely open and honest and transparent about what they're seeing and not worrying about, what their colleagues might think of them or judge them for. And I'm just loving that. I love that he was so like, oh yeah, we're seeing stuff all the time.
He was candid. He was candid and casual and not
like Jeremy Corbell.
Oh my God. I thought for a second, I'm like,
so did I. I was like, why is Jeremy Corbell cosplaying as a pilot?
He looks confused. You didn't think
undercover. You really didn't think so? Even the chat was like, Jeremy?
I thought for a second I was watching a Jeremy Corbell.
So did I. All right, let's see what they got, Brie.
Yeah. What was the thing that they got?
So there's actually a couple videos of his that I snagged.
The pilot on the right looks really uncomfortable, which actually makes me think it's probably real because of the stigma with pilots having.
This is
you think
hard.
He's looking at the guy who's obviously younger, who knows how to use social media. Like, are we supposed to be talking about this? Like,
is this safe?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Where does this go? Is this going just on your phone?
Yeah, you put this on the internet.
Is this going on that interwebs?
Well, at least they won't lose their jobs for reporting. Because I've heard stories of FAA pilots being fired by the FAA for reporting.
And that changed recently within the past year or two, where they specifically came out with a regulation that Bree was talking about. Like, this is the exact form you fill out. This is what you do. So it's much more out in the open now. Where I think before, when people talked about it and they were pilots, you were reprimanded because it's not something you're supposed to talk about. But I think that we just live in a different, the air of our society is a little bit different, where people are more open to talking about UFOs these days.
Oh,
we made it.
And
I think it's encouraging. I think it's encouraging.
And they're seen as credible.
They can. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're seen as credible, like pilots and like police officers, military
trained
people. Trained observers. So like if they want to report, I say more power to them. I'm more inclined to believe a pilot than I am, like a police officer, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, their reputation's on the line too. So I mean, it is a big deal that they are saying something. I just find it so encouraging that they did. I mean, and interesting because he said, I've seen other UFOs.
This wasn't the first time.
This is not his first rodeo.
He also didn't refer to them as UAPs, which I think is interesting because that's like the new hot terminology today. Like everyone's using it.
It was in the description.
What do you want to bet that the pilot who knows how to use social media, that he was in the military?
Oh, for sure, probably.
Really?
Well, the haircut kind of gave it away. But,
like G.I. Joe?
Well, let's show us what he got, Bree.
Yeah, what did they get? I'm curious.
Two things happening in this video that I thought were strange. One is in the just above the horizon, in the center of the screen, there's a star, or what appears to be a star, that gets bright and then goes dim. However, it's hard to tell from the video. This star had movement from left to right. The other thing that I couldn't see with my naked eye is the red blinking light in the top center of the screen.
Hey, Las Vegas. I'm in Las Vegas too.
But the captain had it in his video as well.
So I'm going to rewind that and then just like silence it for a second. He's saying that there is a star in the center that looks like it kind of gets bigger and then it gets smaller. I feel like that is hard to see.
I couldn't see anything, to be honest. I'm trying to expand it because I see it there.
Up on the top.
I see the red, but
it's flashing.
This isn't what he was filming. He was filming something in the center of the screen and then said that the red flashing he couldn't see with his naked eye. It was captured on his video, but his other pilot also got the red light flashes in his video, and it's like weird movement.
Did he only post on TikTok?
I think so.
Okay.
So
because I'd love to see a higher res.
It sounds like it sounds like Kari smells a government plant.
I'm rewinding it.
What? I never said that.
Is that where Kari's going with this?
Look at that.
I feel like it because she's like, oh, it's military. Oh, he's only posting it on TikTok. This to me, it sounds like Kari's.
I'm asking if there was a YouTube source or like a widescreen video version of this video, because it would have been
sniffing out a spy.
What's his name?
No, the only spies around here are your birds, Jamie.
It's true.
Okay. So what do you guys think about this? The red. Of course, Akashi's going fast.
Of course, Queen
Mrs. Chris is going first. Chris, sis.
I mean, it's hard to tell because this is like one little view. Now, the fact that, again, he's saying he didn't see it with his naked eye, I think that's really interesting because that's something that we're starting to see a lot, that, different devices or different people see different things, even though they're looking at the exact same spot at the same time. I mean, are you asking me this is a UFO? I don't think we have enough info.
Oh, okay. Sounds like you
Is that it?
Yeah, more info fast.
I'm all about the data because I have enough Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bree's the
I'm
same way.
writing
She has
it again.
500 of them.
Like, I love keeping my notes. But don't you
Okay,
think? I
hold
mean,
on.
that's really seriously cool, but there's no perspective and it's really hard to see as well.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just
So what? Yeah. So Chris has more info. To me, because he's very high up in the air. You can see that's like Earth at the bottom here. It's nighttime.
That's like 35,000 feet.
So that is no drone.
No drone.
And I'm rewinding it one more time just so you guys can see that it like pops up at the top middle of the screen and just starts going crazy. Like what?
Is it directly above? Is it directly above the orb that he was filming?
That I don't know.
I'm
I don't see the orb.
It's
Do you
slightly
see
off
what
to
he
the
was
right.
actually filming?
Yeah.
I don't
see it.
Yeah.
I don't really see it.
I see it.
Yeah,
I see
I don't
it.
really see it. Yeah, I don't really see
It's
it.
right in the middle. It's right in the middle there, at the very end. It's like
I'm
on the horizon.
Man.
Oh yeah. It's right on the horizon in the center. I can see it too. Like right.
Oh, like a real faint.
It's really faint, but that's the one he was capturing that said it looked like a star, and then it would like get larger and then smaller and then larger and smaller. But of course, I'm more intrigued by the red flashing.
Yeah, the red flashing thing.
Yeah, the middle light. I mean, it would be cool if we could see it, but I don't think it's.
Let me try and get a screenshot and we'll blow it up.
Yeah, if you can blow it up and like point it out, because these old eyes ain't seeing nothing.
It's the red thing. That's what I'm curious about. I feel like the red thing.
The red thing's cool. I just wanted some perspective, and it's just so dark. We need to lighten it up and do some Kari sparkles on it and get this thing popping.
Master effects.
I can't see. Yeah. Without, I mean, you don't want to rig it either, but at the same time, it's hard to even. There you go. It's hard to even tell what we're looking at.
Let me share my screen.
I want to know where the picture with the pies on their butts is.
That one's in the Discord.
That version.
I had the one with the pies. I know. I took them off.
Why? I love the pies on the butt.
Because I didn't know. Because the pies only said because it said Breeze Cream pies and it didn't say that anymore. So I was like, I don't know if I want to put the butt or the pies, but I'll put them back for everybody. When I remake, I'll put them back. I'll put them back.
Now, is this the star that he was filming, or is this the red light?
This is the red light above. It's slightly off to the right. Just so say like between 12 and 1 on the clock above it. Slightly off to the right, and then here's
there's that faint.
We need like different
I wasn't
filters.
sure that was like what. Yeah, that's.
I know for a fact there is a higher res version of this video. There's no way he filmed it on TikTok. So he's got some kind of 1080p or 4K footage from his phone of this event. I'd love to see that.
Based off of just looking at that red flashing light, I feel like that is a UFO for sure.
What about you, Kari? What do you think?
The flashing light, I mean, they're in a cockpit full of flashing lights. So
yeah,
I'm not going to immediately jump to the flash. I mean, it could be two separate things. It could be the flash is just a flash, and then the thing that they're filming moving on the horizon is the thing that they saw. But because if they're both not seeing it with their eyes but picking it up on video, if the camera's in front of them, the windows are like that, the reflection could be totally different for their eyes than the camera. So
for sure,
I'm going to say need more info. It's a cool video. It's always good to see videos from pilots. I encourage that, but I need more information.
Possibly
can I say
that? More.
Yeah, can I say I would totally need more info, because the fact that they told the story and their pilots and the way they told the story and the fact that they were so candid about it adds credibility to it. So there's something there. But to your point, it's like there's got to be a better MP4 sitting somewhere of this.
Yeah,
because that's just a copy of a copy of a copy.
Yeah, that's not the greatest quality. Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I'm a talker. I'm gonna stop.
No,
girl.
That's the point. That's the point.
You talk more. You talk more. We talk. We need to talk less.
No.
I think this is
tired of myself. Okay, let's.
You go on, Bree.
You see,
Okay,
I see that faint.
another
There we
one.
go.
So we're thinking
Oh.
like, could this be Starlink? He
Now
caught
we
this, but it's
freaking
small
Oh.
for Starlink, right? That
But
was
look,
the
No,
first
no, no,
thought.
we
there's
had this
3
one before.
pieces.
About
Look at
you
This is
remember
from him.
you remember we saw that Starlink that was like 2 weeks ago where it's the satellites before they stretch out into a long line. So they're just in this like long cucumber that just slowly stretches out as it orbits around. So what he's probably got there is the Starlink array, like one of the new ones that hasn't spread out yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
pero Cari, rewind, please. I'm turning Puerto Rican. Cari in Puerto Rican is Cari. Can you rewind a little bit because okay, so you got that line, right? You got
Even in the beginning
thing, but then you have 2 other dots.
Yeah.
It's like a big, and they're moving at the same. They're all moving at the same pace. I mean,
So
I
look
don't
at,
see
like-
them going in different directions. So, wouldn't you think that those are somewhat connected, or am I just smoking?
Not at all. I was
No.
so I was holding it at the beginning of the episode, guys, because I wanted to
No,
you to
the
bring
two
attention to the beginning.
the 2 stars aren't moving.
Okay, but
Only the
this
line's
part.
moving.
Hold on.
But the
In
line's
the
not even
beginning-
moving in perspective to those stars. Are those?
They
2
are. It
stars?
does a little
I
bit.
just
It
paused
does?
it. This was
Okay.
like in the beginning when he captured it, and then he like cut to when it like was not just that little dot thing.
Right.
See, it's in the middle.
Mhm.
Oh, like what is going on?
Yeah. If he's in a plane,
Mm.
he could be seeing that coming far off, so it would look tiny, and then as it comes over, it's like
And it looks
it's like doing
huge.
But
this.
again,
Right.
a pilot is trained to know the distance of the objects, and if
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
wouldn't he at least have taken that into consideration? Why is he
Maybe
jumping?
maybe he
He-
doesn't understand how that array works because I don't
No,
think pilots are very
so-
much trained on how the satellite arrays are deployed. So it is just a long, kind of like a slinky, where they're all tightly packed together,
right,
and then they just
and then it
slowly-
goes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, so he did comment on that. So that was in the description. He said the only thing he could think of is if it was Starlink, but pretty much that it just looked a
Okay.
little bit different. So, and I was reading the comments, and it just seems like maybe it was a little bit different than what it normally looks like. But he was definitely like thinking it most likely that could be it for sure. So. Who knows? Even if it was like a cigar craft in the sky,
Right.
I feel like it would look the same way.
Yeah, I'm giving it a big old Wilcock nope.
Yeah.
Will Cook, and then I think I have one last video from him. And it's so short. He doesn't say what it is, and I am just like, what? What is this? This looks like something we've already seen before. It's this right here. Hold on. I'm going to pause it when I get speaker.
Oh yeah, we've seen that.
So, like, this is so similar to, I think, one of the ones that was shown everywhere. Like, it was on the news. It was on the Weather Channel. And it, like, went up like this, and then it went down. Do you guys remember that? It was, like, that weird black thing.
It's like a black,
So-
but it's not even solid. It looks like a black cloud that would turn.
It reminds me of, like a squid. Like a giant black squid.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? What's the details here? He didn't say, like,
So he just
another
posted.
UAP.
He didn't say. Yeah.
But a lot of his content is about not just being a pilot, but also shifted more towards the stuff that he sees when he's out there. So what do you guys think? What is this?
No, that gives me creepy vibes.
This one
How long
does?
is the clip?
Yeah, this one does.
It's short.
Only because as a pilot, if this was like something that normally happens, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's like exhaust or something." But the fact that he like filmed it makes me think that it's something weird.
Yeah. And to me, it just looks like I said, like a giant black squid. What do you, I don't know.
Well,
What do you
how
think?
else could you explain this? I'm trying to figure out. I mean, if you take into consideration he saw something, he hasn't seen this before. Of course, we don't have enough info, but because he didn't say much. what time of day. There's no exit shot, right? It just ends. It's just a little clip. Yeah. It's cool looking. I mean, I don't know what it would be.
I don't know either. Sky Daddy?
Does that make it a unidentified flying object?
Maybe.
I can't identify it.
I can't identify it. So yeah.
Yeah, so UFO. Yeah. I agree.
It is just weird. And then, like I said,
weird. I wish we had more of it.
I know,
Could that be?
What did it turn? Did it exit? Did it disappear? I love the ending of these shots. It's like, you know that they stuck with it. You don't just stop filming this.
Like, can you stop flying the plane and just capture UFOs? Gosh, imagine that.
Okay, like they don't already do it. It's called autopilot.
No, they're probably high off edibles in there because they just sit there for so long.
Autopilot, exactly.
Especially on like when he's like, "Oh, we captured something on a 5-hour flight." I mean, geez.
Yeah, I got something for y'all.
I never even got to tell my opinion about that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kari.
Oh, Kari.
It's fine. I'm dead from the steamroll.
Like
it's fine.
Yes.
I'm fine. I'm dead.
I thought you said yes too.
No, I was gonna say,
yeah?
what if it was a plane coming up to altitude, coming towards the other plane? So that's why it looks like it's going up, but it's actually coming like towards.
He for sure would have been able to identify.
He would have known
one.
that.
That's a basic
plane. Yeah, another plane. Yeah.
Okay, can we start this video over?
How much of it is I want to get TikTok views though?
Not a lot.
Then you're going down a totally different route, which is, if we question the motives, which is fine. We can go down that route and say that maybe these people, are just there for views. I mean, you can.
With anyone, you can say that with anyone, yeah.
Well, he seems savvy with it. So.
Yeah, I don't like to foster that, like, mentality that people that just talk about UFOs and our abductions or whatever, just doing it for clout. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a possibility. I just don't like
Was that sighting from the same thing that we saw him explain, or was that a totally different thing?
Okay.
Different.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, then I don't know.
It takes guts to come out and talk about it when you're.
It does, for sure.
So there's something to the fact that you wouldn't take that risk for no reason.
For sure.
So I don't think that viewers or subs are really going to make their living. So somehow I just tend, and the way they reacted earlier, I just tend to believe them. So, I don't know.
I do too.
That's just me.
All right. So we have this Twitter UFO. I found it on Twitter. It was like going around. People are like, what is this? So I have no other context other than it was like reposted 500 times on Twitter. So Kari, I have no backstory or where the location is, although the date is on there.
Everything is just Twitter. This looks like things I have seen.
It's my shitty frame rate, and you know that.
I know.
But it's also very zoomed in, and I think that this is great up close.
This is a really good clip.
Yeah, I agree. So, just last month.
Yeah.
Yep. Barely a month ago. Not even. A few weeks.
And it's hard to tell if it's really just because it does in this video, it kind of hops back and forth, so I can't tell if it's like changing shape for real or
no,
is that just the pixelation.
I think it's just the pixelation, and then I think part of it too is like he's really zoomed in on it, so you're and he's moving the camera, so you're seeing like a weird that ball probably isn't bouncing around like that. It's just the way the camera's being held, and it's really zoomed in.
And if you're trying to make a point, why would you have it so zoomed in and that's the only video you post? Is that the only video they posted?
Oh no, this guy has an entire TikTok account of all sorts of things that he's seen. Some of them I've looked at, and they are most definitely planes or random shit in the sky like satellites. But I have this video and one other video from him that I think that are very interesting. And this was the first one I was just like, I don't know what's going on here, because that's like a lot of illumination. Those are clearly stars in the background that we're seeing that it's picking up like on the, I'm assuming that maybe this is like a flare camera.
Well, let me ask
flare.
If those are stars in the back, right? I mean, would a satellite look like this? If you zoomed in? No.
I don't know. I wouldn't imagine so. I would imagine it'd be about the size of the stars and you would be seeing it moving because that's kind of what you'd see with your eye,
yeah, because when you see it in the sky with naked eye, they're about the size of the stars. You know, you just zoom in and then you see them.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. He says it's the red dot the cats are chasing. It's finally gotten away. That's a vibe. Laser pointer.
That is a pretty
Thank
good
you,
vibe.
Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh,
We met
awesome.
Chris in person when we went to Vegas for the SOR stuff. Same time we met Angel.
I got questions about this one. Like, it could be legit, or it could be an overexposed camera that's really zoomed in, or it could be a second stage of a SpaceX rocket or something. Like,
do you want to see another video from him? It's not necessarily the same sighting, but maybe so you can get a better idea of some of his setup and cameras as well.
Give us context.
Okay, let me give you. So I have one other one from him. So let me see. So this is from the same person.
People don't have.
I'm sorry. I can't with the music.
Ow.
Me either. Okay. I like it. There's two and they're crossing different trajectories.
And then there's that third one up there.
Yeah.
Up top.
Oh shit, there's a third one.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay.
I actually saw something very similar, like,
Go back.
I may actually have a video of it. Let me check.
This is the guy. If you look, this is his YouTube channel right here. Look. Kari. Grunkle's UFO sightings. Grumpy Uncle Grumbles. Yeah. So you look that up.
Hi, Josh.
But yeah, this is so you guys get a better idea of his like setup and what he's filming. So we had some like these that literally look like planes and like satellites to me, right? Not as big and bright as that other one was. But this one interests me because of how much was going on. To have those two that are locked, that are moving, then that other one that's floating up there. I was like, dang, that's a lot going on here. So I'm not saying all of his videos are 100%, but I started to see a few of them where I was a little intrigued. Do we have a baby?
We should, I mean, I think that we should comment on that last video that you just showed. Like, what do you guys
looks like Anthony stuff. I don't know what kind of camera and stuff he uses, hides in long grass. Like I said, that's his YouTube channel. Hopefully we can reach out to him, maybe get him on.
It does look like Anthony stuff because I saw there was something that Anthony just posted. Can you take her? There's something Anthony just posted just the other day that I thought looked like that. It almost looked like a shower of them, and one was going in a different direction. That's the part that I find most interesting. That you got two in unison, and then another thing going, which could be unrelated, but they sure look the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like the way how far off they were. So like, let's just say if they were planes, right? So like they're all the same size. So you would assume, okay, they're all the same kind of plane, but to have two of them locked on like that as they're going, and then that wasn't sped up or anything. It didn't look sped up. It looked like it was a normal time. So I don't know. It's just, if they're not connected, it's an interesting coincidence.
Right. No, for sure. And I'm trying to.
And they were very even. They were very even.
Very even.
The way that the actual dots look.
So, and it begs the question then, is it that they're locked onto each other, right? And they're just like gliding together? Or is it that it's 2 points on a fixed object and we're just seeing those lights, right? That's always whenever we see things that are together like that, it's like, is it one craft and you're not seeing the craft?
We're not seeing everything. We're only seeing like parts of it and not
separate
seeing the body. Yeah.
Either way,
for all we know, maybe the body's cloaked. For all we know, we think that we'll see a big shadow or something like in Independence
and we don't.
Day. That's not how it's gonna go.
We just see the headlights.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to look up images of a satellite at night. I'm sure someone zoomed in on them before.
Nothing? You're not getting everything?
I can't find shit.
It's like the same when I look up pictures of space junk. I only see like drawings and not actual pictures of space junk, but everyone complains that we're just like littered with space junk. And I was like, why don't we have any pictures of it then?
Yeah, I just keep
how
seeing
zoomed in do you want
Starlink.
A picture?
I want to compare it to the first video that we were just looking at, and I'd like you to bring that back up when we're done, please.
Okay. I'll get it up now so it's here.
Because I think it would be good for us to learn what a satellite would look like zoomed up like that.
From our point of view, yeah.
I assume that that's like an orb UFO like I've seen in real life. It looks just like that photo. Not zoomed in, just real life, I see those all the time.
Like the big dot one, right?
This one, yeah.
Yes, I
Like
always
that one.
see big giant orbs like that. So I'm curious if it looks the same way on film. If a satellite looks the same way on film.
Let's have a look.
The other thing is that the perspective to the stars just
Yeah,
don't
see,
work.
it's too
It's
far.
it's too big compared to there's no,
even if you
when
were
you
to
zoom in,
yeah, see right there.
you'll
Even if you were to
see
zoom that in, yeah.
One, it also depends on the exposure. So like if you have the lens to zoom in and focus on whatever it is, and
we
have the
experiment?
exposure with what?
Take a screenshot and see if we can
then
zoom
zoom
in.
in.
That's
And
not how it
then-
works. So like I'm talking about like they actually have like the glassware to zoom in.
Mm-hmm. Like
Oh,
they
I
not
see.
that they're doing
Yeah,
it after
yeah.
the fact, they're doing it
Right,
live.
they're actually doing
that he's
doing it
zooming
in
into
the
something.
in this
Mhm.
thing, yeah, in the lens. Like you can
Mhm.
tell it's a real thing that's going on, but the fact that it's picking up all the colors and the stars behind, I don't think it's FLIR. I think it's just really, really high exposure rate and really zoomed in.
Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, then would a satellite look that big if it was zoomed in with a telescope like that?
Depending on the satellite, maybe.
Maybe. I still think it'd be too big.
Yeah.
That
still
seems
think
really
spectrum
big.
wise,
Not
too big.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Like, it could be ISS. It could be.
But
If it's
I
because it's
see.
so because the exposure's so high that
And you have to think
it
about
brings
it.
out the stars in the background.
And
then
imagine you're looking at it like they're taking the video through a telescope. That's why it looks so big and why you see all those details and colors in the stars. And that's why you're looking at a piece of the sky. So it's not that they're looking down from where they're standing with their feet and they see that orb. They're zoomed in 8 million times with their fancy camera and they're able to see something moving up there. So that's the different of perspectives.
But the exposure's so high that it's all blown out. So you get all the colors and the light from the stars, and it picks all that up to make it look like, oh, it's really clear. But at the same time, it's blowing out the orb, and you can't actually see any different definition. It could just be the ISS reflecting. Like I have many videos and photos of ISS going over that look kind of like that. So
I feel like you can actually see a weird shape when the ISS comes by. And I don't.
On a clear night, you can.
I've
looked at it through binoculars, and you can kind of see
zoomed in. I don't think
outline.
the ISS. I mean,
It's an interesting
we go to
video.
Terlingua all the time, and we can see the space station. We've seen the ISS with our bare eyes, and we have our telescope. And just again, I get stuck with the perspective of what's behind it, and I just don't remember ever seeing the ISS look like that. I didn't capture on the telescope. Again, it could be. There's always the the overexposure and those extra factors on the method of capturing the data. But
yeah, I don't think me and Carly are saying that it's absolutely the ISS by any means, but I think that we're just kind of putting those ideas out there that it could be this or it could be that.
This is a video I got of ISS going over.
Let me remove.
Bullshit. That looks like
that's pretty similar.
How the hell did you get that? Is the ISS? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the ISS going over.
Why is it bipping and bobbing back and forth? It's not
Because
even
because I'm not filming it on a tripod. I'm filming it with my hand.
With her hand, and she zoomed in.
You filmed that?
Yeah, I have loads.
Your phone?
Yeah, I have a whole thing of it going over.
Okay, well then I gotta go back. I'm going back and forth on this one.
I know this
like
one's
a
hard.
willow.
It's a hard one.
I am like a willow.
There's a zoomed in photo.
Okay, hold on.
I just feel like
every time I see it, I'm gonna. change my
look
mind.
at that. That's an odd shape. That is an odd shape. That is not a perfect sphere.
The overexposure could see it. Yeah.
You have to rewind it though. That's like the frame of
Also,
it.
it could be
That's
as
a
it's moving
perfect
over.
sphere.
Yeah, as it's right over. So like the layout of ISS is kind of like a big rectangle. So if it's directly over you and it's blown out, it's going to be perfect size. But as it moves away, you're seeing it like elongated because it's not directly over you anymore. So it would stretch out in terms of the overexposure. So I'm more and more convinced that is ISS.
Oh my god. Atrocity.
Sorry everyone.
Dang it, that picture turned my you know.
Listen, this one sparked a lot of good conversations.
Right. It is a really good video. Like,
the
regardless
second
of what it
video,
is, it's a great capture.
When I first saw it, I was like, The second video made me think about it more. Then seeing it the second time, I like it more. And then Kari made me unlike it. Dang it. You're taking me on this roller coaster of emotions.
The roller coaster.
Sorry.
The roller coaster of emotions.
I filmed it multiple times too. Like,
I'm gonna
multiple different
say
nights.
that, man, I feel like the chat is vibing that it is a fucking, I don't know. I see mostly like, oh, it's easy to tell if it's if it's the ISS. It looks rectangle. It looks like a rectangle, and so does China's. I don't know.
No. I'm leaning towards it being ISS just from experience, but
from experience.
After seeing the sphere picture or the ISS picture
like,
that
Kari
had,
with receipts, so
I'm out.
I'm
gonna have to say no.
I have I've got
God.
21 hours of sky watching under my belt.
Wow.
I probably have more.
21
I'm older than
hours.
you.
21 whole hours?
I'm older than you.
I'm older than all of you.
I trusted that picture you showed me, Kari.
It's a different night.
Okay, but
Dude,
when you keep playing it, it changes shape. It does not look like a perfect circle like the other one does.
Yeah, but that one is on a tripod and he's able to follow
Right.
We don't even know that.
If I'm able to film
we're
it that steady with
zooming.
my hands, a
a
telescopic
nice camera, yeah.
lens on a tripod would be great. I'd love to have that to film the ISS because it would look just like that, I think.
It's just wild. UFOs look like that. So it could look like possibly the ISS, but it also looks like an orb.
Listen, I think that we need to talk to this Grunkle guy and have him bust out what kind of stuff he's into and have him come on.
Yeah, because Enzo was asking good questions, like, where in the planet
is
did he
he
take it from,
what is he doing?
and it's worth a look because the second video made me definitely think about it.
Why are you the right side up, Rasselhoff?
Because we're on the upside down. All right, who's Kari? You got anything for us now?
I do. I have. It's actually a leftover one from last week, which I kicked myself for not sharing because it was the best one.
Oh, you bastard!
Bree knows what it is.
I saw that one. It was good.
It is a really good one.
We did our own butt stuff after.
Yeah, we did that. Just me and Bree did a butt stuff on this particular video.
This one was like, excuse me, sir? Excuse me? What are you capturing?
Excuse me? What is this?
What is this?
What the hell?
What? It gets better.
I know, I kicked myself for forgetting to show it. I was like, why didn't I show this one? It's the best one.
Yeah,
let's see the full video.
Yeah.
This is like a full 2.5 minute like breakdown of the whole thing.
Okay. Point it out. Look at what?
Whoa,
there it's cruising.
Whoa. And there's more than 3. There's more than 3 lights in that.
This is a truck driver's dash cam. Oh, yeah.
Do you think he was abducted after this?
Maybe. I mean,
it's crazy.
First of all, this road looks scary as shit to be driving in. He's like driving in the middle of it.
Second of all, this music is Mark Snowworthy. He's the guy who did all the music for X-Files.
Dude.
Oh,
dude.
Oh, I would be so scared. I would be so scared right now if that was me. I would be terrified.
Slam on your brakes. Or zoom faster. I don't know.
I would be terrified.
Holy hell.
That's nuts. That it.
Dang. I'm so glad that you missed that one last time and had it for me.
I know, yeah.
I liked that one.
But the fact that you see it from afar, go across, it almost like banks a left, go straight towards him. Oh my lord.
Yeah, and it changed direction, and it was 4 dots. At one point, it was 4 dots, not 3. And it's like it went, and then.
I mean,
and then
Rasselhoff. I can't even get words out of my mouth. I'm like,
I'm already there.
I was like, nah,
shit.
This is the night vision
That's
version
low.
of it.
Is low.
Yeah, there's no way that's a plane. I'm sorry.
It's
not.
below the tree line. Look, check it out. You
Yeah.
can see the tree line behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see like through those like, oh my god, that would be.
And it
so,
literally,
like,
it looked like it lined up on the road for a second, like it was literally gonna come down the road.
Could you imagine?
I saw a comment that was like actually kind of on the money. Where'd it go? It's gone.
Oh no.
Basically, here we go. Brass up. So it could be a plane swinging around to do an emergency landing, seeing the car, and then going, "Oh fuck no!" But I mean,
it went down that way first,
yeah,
and then
that's
it comes
wild.
right back this way. I don't think a plane.
And not only
it was going in a different direction. It turned.
Look at the lights.
It is doing that though, so it's like,
But I will say, okay, but here's the thing though. If this really was a plane, why would the driver not, like, this is also a miraculous video if it's a plane that you're catching it on your dash cam. So why would you just not be like, oh, it's a plane? Like, if that's what it was, like, why would you not, you know what I mean?
I mean, if you just see 3 lights do that, you're not, I mean, I wouldn't automatically go, oh, that's a plane, because that looks wild.
Look, it looks that way.
It looks like
How the
something
hell?
just took off, immediately pans left.
That's so
and then,
low, yeah.
You know, it is very low, but it could have just taken off.
Our
yeah,
chat
but the fact that it
light.
Right, it could be a crop
duster.
It could be a
But
crop
it was
duster.
under the tree line. It was under the tree line.
Yeah, I don't.
Yo, no.
But pay attention that there's power lines along this left side of the road too.
Well, when it was
So like how low? That's lower than the pole.
Yeah. So.
And then why does it turn like it doesn't make any sense? It goes like this and then like.
And it's when it gets really close. I mean, that's pretty
How is it
dang close.
like
if it were a
going like
plane, you
this.
would be able to see like a different color.
We would have seen some
or
wings if it was
something.
this
Well,
close.
yeah. So that's another thing. This is not in
No.
black and white. Like you can tell if you look at it. This is like a decent camera for somebody's dash cam.
Right.
You're picking up the color of the road, the
Yeah.
color of the trees, where the lights is during the daytime. It's probably a lot better. I think that you would notice if it was a fucking plane. I really genuinely think it would. I think that he would have
Yeah.
heard it if it was that low to the ground. And I
Right.
think that, again, you would get the same amount of clicks you would if you had said this was a UFO video, if you said that you caught a plane emergency landing in the
Right.
middle of the night.
Well, it could be a plane
Yeah,
taking
we
off,
would
too.
hear about this
If
too.
you notice here, like the whole like scene is lit up from the lights on the top left. On the middle right, at the very edge, there's like a line which was illuminated on the ground.
Mm.
You see?
You see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, put the
there's a
comments down for a
light.
second.
I'm sorry.
There's
Go
a
do it
light.
again, Kari.
Yeah.
The light is literally crossing the road.
Crossing
You
in
would
a
have
road.
seen the plane, even if it was obviously it's not a crop duster, but you would have seen the plane.
And crop
No
dusters have
problem.
propellers. You would have seen the light
Right.
look like
Yeah.
it's flashing if you did
Well,
that because the propeller would have been going.
Why would it go
No,
by the
not if-
road? Why would it go across and then go down
Well,
the
if all the
road?
lights are on the bottom,
Yeah.
so they can. It could be a crop duster, so they can see what they're crop dusting.
But it's
So-
like going like this. I'm gonna say absolutely not. Like their crops are like in a contained area, right? Usually like a giant rectangle or whatever. Why would it need to like cross across the street, immediately turn around, and then go down a road?
Unless that crop duster was completely trashed after spending a lot of time at the bar. I
Like if
doubt
they were
it
just
would make
drunk
those
and going like
moves,
this?
'cause that is risky to make at night.
I'd like to ask a
Yeah.
pilot
It's nighttime.
if they could
Like-
make that maneuver at nighttime in a
a
like, a
plane like
Cessna
that?
or
That low,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why would
Yeah.
they make a maneuver and be able to turn like that and not even lose control of the
The
plane?
airplane, yeah.
way
Again,
that
that
it, when it
low.
comes
It'd be one
closer-
thing. It'd be one thing if you were doing that maneuver super high up in the air and you're not trying to crash it in anything, and you could just go with it with the turns or whatever. But to be that low and maneuvering the way that they are, that's fucking insane. They can't crop dust from that low.
Oh wait, what is that?
Hey,
Okay.
hey! I just noticed
What is
something.
that
Watch
thing?
the
Yeah.
wing mirror.
I was like,
Watch
that's
the
a
wing
mirror.
mirror.
Oh yeah,
So
look.
watch how
shit.
after it goes past, you see, it reflects
Dude.
in. There we go. It reflects
Yeah.
there in the mirror. So it's definitely lighting up the ground on the right-hand side of the truck, even though it's up on the left, like high up on the left.
Is it just me, or are you seeing 4 dots there, or you think it's 3 dots and a reflection?
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
4.
that's the.
I see.
So that would be the lights of the cab and stuff on the left hand. Left.
Okay.
On the left half of the mirror is the truck. The right half is the ground.
Okay.
So if we were to use the same logic for an airplane, that we would obviously see the wings or whatnot, we would also see the body of such crop duster.
I would agree with you. Yeah, I think we'd see it.
When in here, it literally looks like nothing but lights.
I'm not convinced it's a crop duster, even though our chat is. I'm not convinced.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, they really are.
How is it below the tree line? How is it that you can't see any of the craft itself? Craft, whatever you want to call it, a crop duster, even though it's moving around all weird. Like what? You're telling me a crop duster does all that kind of shit, and then there's no body?
Yeah,
it's just lights. There's no body. What is that?
Yeah, I don't see a body of a craft, and it should be close enough and lit enough. We know that it's lit as hell, so we should be able to see a craft.
We should be able to see it, exactly.
Why do the lights disappear?
Why does one of them? Yeah, I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
And why aren't they blinking? If they're FAA regulated planes, why are they not blinking?
So
they would have a steady blink unless they're in distress. They would have to be if they're on the road.
You can make the case that there's a kind of a beam between the middle and the right one, but
a little bit. Yeah, I agree with you. There's like a little arm there. Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know. Like I want more information, to be honest. Like I wish I knew where this was filmed. Is it near an airfield? Is it near farmland? It looks like it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. And then I'd like to find out, like, do they do crop dusting in that area? Was there just some hotshot pilot that just went, you know what, I'm going to fly home today, and just flew home, and then here we are.
Where is the craft?
Zenzabil's coming in here saying, one problem with crop dusters is they don't fly at night or with snow on the ground. If those mounds on the side are plowed snowbanks. Oh, interesting. That looks green. Yeah, that looks green. That looks like
But still, guys, that don't look like a crop. No, I'm not. I'm not in on the crop, especially that move right there. That move.
It's the blinking there that's kind of got me going.
Yeah, and up in the corner, has one little blink, some little rogue one.
You know.
But right before that, when you look at when it goes this way, it has more light.
And that's going fast, guys, because this truck is probably zooming about 60, 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
No, this is
also
in 40 or 50.
There could be more trees back there, and that's why maybe I don't know. But yeah, the lights are different. They're messing around.
It's here where I see structure as well. There.
Sixth Sense is coming in here saying that they do fly at night, that the colder temperature of the night is better for the plane and makes spraying more effective because you don't have like the wind blowing and shit, I would assume, or the sun.
See the blink there?
Yeah, but would they really be doing these maneuvers? Like
I just sent Bree and Kari DMs of night crop dusting.
Okay.
In your Twitter DMs.
Okay.
Check it out.
Let's have a look, Mr. Ron.
Dusk and dawn, they say.
I want to see that.
What's my email?
Okay, I'm going to share this video. This will be fair use. We're going to be commenting and rendering opinion and analysis of this video.
I don't know my
fair use.
Fair use.
Why am I not signed in to anything anymore? Is it this my Twitter?
Yeah, but look at this. Okay, first of all, look at this flashing lights. Let me just start off with the flashing lights, right?
Yeah.
We have flashing lights.
Yeah.
And the light... that looks like 3 big bulbs, one on each wing and one on the bottom of the nose.
Mm-hmm.
But not
all. That's lighting up the ground in a very similar way.
This is not the right Twitter account. I don't understand.
It's okay. Kari's got it.
But which one is my Twitter account?
No idea.
It didn't have the
first world problems with Bree.
Consistent blinking. I don't think it had the consistent blinking.
It didn't have any
you get from a plane. Yeah. And it has to have, even if it's not like colored lights, right? It still needs to blink. It can't be solid, right? Am I off?
No, I would think it would have to blink.
I'm not a crop duster.
That's pretty good
I'm
banking.
not a crop duster
That's
yet.
similar similar air maneuvers. How high? That's still pretty high, though.
Oh, and he's
but
kinda,
if
like,
this
wobbling,
guy's just taken off, yeah.
Oh no, look, he's getting pretty low. Look how low he is. It's pretty. Look, you can see the cars right there. That's pretty low.
Yeah,
That is
he's
pretty
low.
low.
Oh,
that
yeah,
is
look.
that is illuminating the ground in front of him too.
Yeah, and that's pretty low. Look how low that is, and that's
Yeah.
really fast. I'm starting to think it's a crop duster now.
Yeah, me too.
I think we talked ourselves out of it.
I have to watch it again.
All right.
Yeah. I think it's a
Is this the one that Ron sent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another banking maneuver. Now let's watch. Let's go back and rewatch. So could this be a plane taking off left to right, banking around? Because those planes are capable of the maneuvers that we're seeing. I'm really digging the music in this video.
Dusters move faster than the UFO is moving. So, is it going slow?
I mean, is this video slowed down? That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem
What?
like
Unless
it.
the guy was driving
No.
hella fast. I don't think
You
he's
see,
driving
the
too
first
fast on
shot,
that.
I want to see it from the
Yeah.
beginning because look, so let's go down that path. So you're saying if it goes, you saw the 4 turn to 3, right? Or am I just
No, it's 4
okay.
turns to 3. Yeah, for sure.
4 turns to 3, which I don't know if it's an illusion of the turn. I'm not buying. I don't know.
The rate of turn is consistent with a small aircraft, and then lining up with the road.
From the chat.
Yeah.
No.
I hate that StreamYard doesn't let you do that, but we can't copy and paste from the chat.
Anything you send us in
I
the
mean,
chat.
that is the same kind of lighting as the crop duster
Very
video.
similar, and it was kind of doing that same little wobble.
Yeah. Well, because they're riding the ground thermals basically. Like. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm actually just gonna say.
And then, like,
that's
why
a
is
crop
it
duster.
why is it just flying over a car?
Well,
Well, Akashi didn't give her. Chris did not give her permission. Her.
What do you think,
I'm
Mom?
not allowed to give my opinion.
She's first, even though now she's not.
I'm gonna say yes.
Ooh.
I'm taking a chance.
I'm gonna say yes as
playing the
well.
odds.
I'm gonna say yes as well because of the 4 dots and because I feel like we would have seen the body more, and I also just don't understand why it would be flying like on the road and that low, and then like
I mean,
what
that's erratic, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but maybe
and
it's
then
just
like
the
it
view.
moves. How close it is to those trees? You're telling me it's not gonna crash?
It is really low, but I'm leaning towards crop duster, unfortunately.
Yeah, me too.
I'm getting a video from
Alright,
Enzo right
Jamie.
now, so hold on. I'm
That's
sorry,
all right.
guys.
Oh yeah, here we go. Enzo will break the case. He always does.
See, that's why he's
Enzo the
science
wise
daddy.
speaks. Enzo the wise.
Real slow.
Listen, there's some variables in this that doesn't make sense. And we should also consider that just because it looks similar to certain things and other flying normal objects doesn't mean that it's not a UFO.
Yeah. Kari, I just put it in Discord.
Okay.
Did you put in Discord?
All right. Let me have a look.
I bet that guy went straight to the bar after.
Probably.
Can you imagine seeing that? Regardless of what it was, can you imagine being the guy in the car?
Oh yeah, terrified.
I would be screaming.
I just took my pants. It was horrible.
Can we get a link? To
Oh, wait. Yes, but they're still blinking. Espérate. They're still blinking.
And you see red. Yeah.
And you see red in colors. Nope.
You didn't see that on the other one. I do have to say it.
It doesn't have. I mean, the lights are in different places and different planes, but
I know, but
that's pretty low.
Some blinking. I don't buy it. Me not buy it.
Like it might not
like
have even been
shit.
taking off. It could have been like he's just done a spray really low and then is banking up to bank around and go to his next place.
Down the road, below the tree.
Well, yeah,
line,
I mean, like the road takes you to where you want to
when
go.
he
That's what
turns
a road's
towards
for.
the road, some of those lights disappear, and there's trees and bushes right there. Like that would be half of his plane going into a bush or a tree.
I was like, I agree with you. I agree with you, Bree. It's very close. I don't know on this one. This one's a tricky one for me.
So
the lights
close.
don't look like a plane to me. There's something about the lights. That
there's something about the lights.
Give me
also
the plane vibes. So
Mhm.
sorry, I'm out on the plane.
It's just
theory,
not
but
overly
Right.
consistent.
we can disagree once or twice.
It is similar,
But
and
journey.
certain aspects are similar, but I don't think
Right.
that was exactly what we were looking at.
I'm not gonna say definitively that it was a crop duster.
Give the
I'm not
girls
gonna say
money
definitively
now.
it was a crop duster, but it definitely could be one.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just
learned
learned a load of
letters.
stuff about crop dusting in the past 10 minutes. So
I
there we go.
know.
And
We're all
I
learning
learned about
together.
the
It's a
sat-
process.
I learned
It's a
about the
journey.
ISS a little bit of satellites, that there's
Yeah.
no real pictures of them unless
Right.
they're so far not zoomed in, which is a shame. Crazy.
Very educational. Very educational.
Mm-hmm.
And those ideas
Beyond.
were really cool.
It was. I agree. Damn.
Okay.
We're like really.
Wow,
We're like
I
not
brought one
using-
video and we spent 20 minutes on
I was like, what's funny about it is I feel like we've watched like 2 videos and we just spent an hour.
it, right?
We've only
That's good,
spent
though.
we've only watched
thorough.
3
We're thorough
episodes.
people.
It's
We're
a
very
vibe.
thorough. That's good.
I love it.
Do we have time for another video?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Why don't you take us out with one more video break?
One
It'll
more.
probably take us 20 minutes to get through. That's fine.
God.
Do you want sitting at the dock by the bay or UFO?
Do sitting by the dock of the bay.
Sitting by the dock of the bay.
It's 3 lights.
I
and
name
then
videos
the
weird things. I can remember what they are.
Let's
No,
see.
another one come.
I do too.
Huh. Okay.
See why I called it sitting at the dock of the bay?
Seriously. Wow. UFO.
Because it's sitting at the dock by the bay.
Seen by millions.
Is you know my questions, Brie? Is there any information?
Yes.
No.
Holy shit.
They are by the water. It is
Sitting
nighttime,
at the dock of
not
the bay.
too far after dusk. A gentleman has filmed this. He is convinced it's a UFO, and
see a
he
little car
watches it
driving
for
right there in the background.
approximately 3
What are
minutes.
they doing?
Interesting.
Tell me that's not information.
That's a lot of information. But was it so? It's above the water, so there's no structure possible that's sitting out there that we're not seeing. Okay,
No.
gotcha.
No way.
Good
No.
point. It's not moving.
It looks like it's out over the ocean. Like you see a little bit of land, but it's out
They
over
look
the ocean.
Wow,
they look
another
like they
one.
are one structure, but now they're
But look, it's moving now.
Oh, it did move. That one
Yep.
light moved.
That one's moving. Yep.
thank you for $5, Ron. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. We appreciate you.
And thank you for
sweet,
sending us
Ron.
that video. You guys always help us out so much, and Enzo as well. Thank you for
The
sending
boys,
us.
thank you.
Hey,
You're so welcome.
Chris, I totally
Wait,
forgot to ask.
Is
Wait,
there,
another one showed
there's
up.
a
Yeah.
fourth.
Another one showed
Whoa,
up. Yeah.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
hell no.
What was gonna ask? What?
I got you.
I was going to ask you how you got into this weird and wonderful world of ufology.
Actually, I started like watching documentaries. I don't know. It's like, whose plane's that? I started watching documentaries with Stuart a while back. It's like, probably during pandemic, we started kind of digging into it. I was into politics before, and I'm like, I want to get out of politics. And I'm like, and then I started looking into this, and I just became obsessed specifically with ancients, and that took me down that path. And I was
you must be a Graham
obsessed with
Hancock fan.
Skinwalker Ranch, and I watched Skinwalker Ranch, and I followed Brian Darnold to UFO Jane's show, and that's how
love
I
UFO
learned
Jane.
UCR, and I started hanging out with all
right
you
on.
guys. So it's like, and I told Brian Darnold that Dragon, I'm like, it's your fault. I have a
you.
YouTube channel, and it's on you because I was following. I followed you to UFO Jane, and that's how I got here.
Mm-hmm.
You say you're
awesome.
into like
Yeah.
ancient civilizations?
Yes, totally into ancient
You must be a
civilization.
big fan of Graham Hancock and Randall and
Yeah,
all
and
of
I
those
am,
lovely
and
people. Robert
everybody
Bauval.
they have very I tend to be a little bit more flexible in some of my opinions, specifically like when it comes to, like, of course I'm going to say it because I have to say it 20,000 times a day to go back with Tepe. That's where I started getting really into ancients.
Right.
That particular structure tells a story. And I
Most
don't think that they
1000%.
have the story right. A lot of them, think they know what it is, but I'm like, I think there's a lot more to this. So I think it takes you down the woo world. At the same time as I'm talking to you, this video is tripping me out.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little bit. I've been at the
Okay,
beginning. It
that's
looks like it could be like a couple of helicopters flying like in a formation or something. But
Yeah.
then there's more and more and more and more, and it's like, oh, and they're moving.
I was like, there's a
And
lot
I
there.
saw, I saw a good comment as well. I think, yeah, here we go. So this is obviously near an airport because we just saw a plane take off.
We saw a plane
over
take
the
off and
water.
heard it. Yeah.
So it can't be drones because they can't be within 5 miles of the airport. So I mean, this could be 5 miles away. I don't know for sure. But they don't look
and
5
that
miles
extra
away.
light. This reminds me of several different examples where they're just lingering there and they just pop in and out.
Right.
And some don't move, and some move, and some flicker, and some don't.
If it is an airport, I would have to say this airport would literally have to be on the water because how low these planes are and the formation they're in is the formation it takes right before it lands. So unless on the other side of that little sandbar you see right there, on the other side of the water, unless there's an airport, I couldn't imagine that is airplanes. Unless there's an airport right there. I see this in Vegas all the time because I live near the airport and I know this exact formation, but they don't get into it until like literally right before they're about to land. This is like them queuing up where it's like bam, 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 and they start to land one at a time.
The ones lighting up, it could be coming as they come down out of the cloud layer. So like they're
approaching in.
Yeah, they're on the they're on like the
How long
approach
is the
circle.
video beginning to end?
Like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I hate to say the F word. I mean, but wouldn't some flares? I mean,
I don't know.
Don't
What
they
airport
linger
is
that
this?
long? Could it be flares?
Why do I get the
That
feeling
close
this
to the
is
airport?
Seattle Airport or Portland?
I was like, it's Seattle. No, you don't see the water like that. So no.
Happy birthday tonight, Gazer.
Well, happy birthday.
It could be Vancouver.
This is more giving me, if it is something, I would think like Florida. But like it would have to be an airport that's so incredibly close to water. And so do you know of any airports that would be right on the water like this? Because even flying into Seattle, it's not like this. There's the Puget Sound, but the airport's not near the water like this. You don't see it like
this is past dusk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the sun has set just off camera to the right. So we're facing west. So what's an airport on the west coast that's near water? And that's your answer.
Okay.
Which is going to be,
or it could be Florida,
Seattle,
Florida,
or...
west coast of Florida.
I was like, Florida. See, Florida is the first thing that comes to mind for me because that'd really be the only thing that makes sense. Because
does the guy have an accent?
There's 3 lights in the sky. There were only 2 of them. Now another one come.
Florida,
yes,
Florida.
but I just don't know from
Yeah,
where.
he does.
Right.
I don't know of any Florida
Just
airport
stay here, like seriously.
like that.
Okay, Enzo, will name them for us then.
And I've flown in Florida a lot.
San Francisco's on the water. That doesn't look like San Francisco, though.
No, that doesn't look like San Francisco.
We'll have a look on Google Maps. Let's see. There's only so many airports.
Also,
Trying to
because like
figure
I'm
out
looking
what
at that building.
structure is. Yeah, what's that structure?
That
What's that
building to
building?
me looks like definitely like a
Do you
fishing thing.
Do you remember the lights
leaning
we
more
saw in
towards West
San
Coast.
Diego?
You what? What'd you say?
Remember the lights we saw in San Diego and it turned out to be flares?
Yeah.
No.
What if this is the same thing?
Did it turn out to be flares, or I thought it was like just a coinky dink?
Okay.
That's a good question.
The deal on the flares, my understanding of what happened in San Diego was that Yeah, there were flares involved, but the question
Mhm.
was, were there flares involved after the event happened? Because there's some things that lingered
Right.
there for a long period of
Mm.
time,
Yeah.
probably longer than the satellite. I mean, that the particular flares would have really lingered.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then that they added that they did flash flares, and that you could actually see the trail of the flares versus the trail of the actual original event.
Mhm, mhm.
So the question is that they mock it up just to cover it
To
up.
muck it up, yeah. That happens with a
Because
lot of. That's
if you-
unfortunately happens with a lot of
yeah,
cases. I feel like you have it. They have that thing too, where like they put out fake UFO videos that are really shitty of the same exact event purposely, so that everyone gets confused about what's the actual footage or like the shit version. So everyone sees the shit
Mhm.
version, they're like, "Oh, it's totally a fake. Didn't you see that
like
shit version
like
that was put
the
out?"
shit version that we saw at the hearing, that shit version. Yeah,
It's
The shit
data
versions
flooding.
of-
Data flooding as a tactic. Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
There's too much bullshit for you to find the good shit. And then when
Right.
you bring up the good shit, people are like, no, I saw those videos. That was trash.
Yeah,
I
that was
agree,
trash.
Isabel.
Yeah, they've
It's just
been
like
wrong.
This is the
gaslighting
work,
data.
going through the data, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gaslighting data, though.
Yeah.
Happy 420
Is it?
for some people.
Happy
Oh, I was
420 if you're in the 420 zone. It's
In the
420 zone
420
every
zone.
day here.
Yeah.
All right, Car, while
Every
you're looking
minute
for
of every
that,
day.
while you're
right
looking
now.
for that, I do just want to show
Yeah.
everyone this because it scared Enzo earlier, so I just want to make it bigger so you can see it. Here's Enzo.
I want to know why it
Science
says Science
Daddy.
Daddy. Does he have
Science
scientific
Daddy.
background?
Yeah, I call him
He
Science
is-
Daddy.
Yeah.
He's Science
But
Daddy.
why?
That's
Enzo,
just like,
remember I was doing that. Enzo the
Enzo
science,
the Science
guy.
Guy. Enzo.
Like
Yeah.
like Bill Nye, the
Exactly, but
Yeah.
for Enzo. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Science.
Listen, I'm trying to give him the name Science Daddy, and I want it to stick. I
The
think we should start a
Science
channel
Daddy.
called Science Daddy. Just teaches us science stuff. He's retired.
He
What else do you have
definitely
to do
needs
with
a
your
lab
time,
coat.
Enzo? Yes. And like
What?
beakers that can pop up on his screen.
He can make
Bubbly
that
beakers.
happen.
Mm-hmm. He could. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's a wizard. Exactly.
He's a wizard. He's wise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's got all the answers. I'm
He's
seeing
got
a
the
show
answers.
starring Enzo. But we need a poppy. We need
Does need to be a t-shirt.
something.
I agree. I want to turn everything into a
Enzo the
t-shirt these
wizard.
days.
I
The
cannot
Wizard
find
of
where it is.
Can't
Blood
find it?
stuff.
There's too
Alright.
many airports to check.
That's what I'm saying.
So
there's
what's
too
the
many.
final? What's
So,
the
yeah,
final verdict? Caution.
yeah,
Christopher.
Mother.
Seen by millions.
Mother, I'm gonna go because I'm with you on the San Diego thing. This looks exactly like it, and on San Diego, I thought it was real, so I'm gonna go UFO. Yes.
Look at there's like a little blue linking light. Look at the popos on the water even checking
Right.
it out.
Yeah.
They're like, what's going on?
All right, Brie, what do you think?
I'm so in between of UFO and need more info.
I did
'Cause
a
they
couple
do
of
look
need
like
more
they're
infos. I
lingering.
used my need more info.
I'll tell you this, Brie. I'm a UFO yes on this one, but I also feel like I need to know what airport this is.
Well, goddamn.
So I'm a little with you. What about you, Kari?
So, I may have found it. Let's have a look at the map of
Okay.
San Diego Airport. Because I
We
can't
take a
find the
case
exact
all the
spot,
way.
but I can get us pretty close. So I think because we see a plane go up and over, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the airport.
Oh.
You know, looking this
Ah.
Ooh, find the
think-
structure.
Her-
Find the 3 peaks.
way. I
Can
mean,
you
how
find the
old is this?
three-
How
Yeah.
old
Well,
is
it
this?
should say at the top in the history, right? You can.
It normally does, but for some reason
Yeah.
they've changed it.
Zoom
Google.
out more.
Google, why have you done this?
Go down a little bit in the map.
We need to
So
find
you
the
have to
3
be.
pillars.
You have to be. See,
Doesn't
but
work.
to see it from that perspective, yeah.
Do you see the
where would that
plane?
work?
So this is what made me think it was, because here, you know, was it taken on here, and that's the buildings in the background
Zoom out
there?
and see if you see the building. Do we see the 3 pillar pointy?
see that
No, we
approach
see
from
yachts.
there.
I saw yachts.
The yachts, yeah.
I did
So
see
it has
No,
to be like
it wasn't.
near a
It wasn't
part.
filmed. I'm not saying it was filmed directly here. It was filmed. You see that structure across the water?
somewhere over there.
Yeah,
So
somewhere
on the
over
map,
there.
on the map, it looks like this. Now, I don't know.
There's no street.
I'm not
view
saying
down
it is
there?
here, but it looks interesting. Like it could be along
No,
here.
because
Also, this could be an old photo. This could all be it's all being like developed.
It's an old building. It's not like a new
Yeah.
construction though.
Yeah, that was like
So
a
it would
old-ass
still be
building,
there.
Yeah, it was like
It looked like
a
a
fishing
mill
building.
or
Yeah,
Yeah.
fishing
it
building or
was a
some shit.
weird. Yeah,
Industrial. An old industrial building.
yeah, that didn't look like a new building at all. So it would be, unless this is a very old satellite picture. But
Jamie, send it to me and I can look through the comments. I always go to the comments for the info.
yeah,
the video link.
Yeah.
I have no
Wait
idea.
wait.
where
a
it's
minute.
at.
Hold on.
I was like, the name is on the
Wait
thing.
a minute.
did you find
Uh-oh.
it?
Did you find it,
I may
Kari?
have actually found it.
No bloody way.
Is that the spot? Is that the building?
Some of that.
You can drop it in the water.
That's
People
nuts.
have done a
Oh, yeah.
I
Look
did
at it.
not know you could do that. Okay,
yeah.
so let's see. Where's the no?
Okay, so I mean,
Nye wench.
out here looking out over there, maybe. So like a vantage
I'm
point
not
of like
seeing
bar.
the three.
I'm not seeing that old ass building.
Yeah,
right
the
on the
building is
water.
very specific.
1, 2,
No.
3.
No.
No, carajo, you didn't see. You remember they had there were small little, like little.
And it was like
domes
off a little
things.
peninsula.
Yeah.
There was like a little peninsula that it was like sitting out on.
Yeah, that was what I thought was this thing. 'Cause seeing the end of that, you remember like the
No,
It's
that does
looking
not
off
look
the edge
same.
of the thing.
No,
Okay.
no. I'm
The
not convinced.
the mystery continues.
The
We
mystery
need to
continues
find.
on this
Yeah,
one.
we'll hunt it down.
We'll hunt it
I
down.
want to
the
find out
case.
because I like doing that. So
Good.
I
think
Me
that'd be
too. I'm
great.
about
What
to
a-
look at this
what a
page.
mystery.
Mr.
Right.
UFO guy.
It's like it's almost like a lighthouse. You should be able to
Exactly.
find this building
Mhm,
because it's so
Right.
specifically
Mhm.
shaped.
We need it. That's
So-
what we need to have for like they have it for music, the shawam,
Oh,
or whatever.
Here
Yeah,
we go.
I
It's right there in the right there in the description.
Here, what's it say?
It is over South Boston, Massachusetts in 2020.
that's Boston.
Boston.
Ooh.
Oh,
way.
Boston.
Let's go have a look.
Boston, and let's see if there's an airport on the water.
Let's
Let's
see.
go see.
Doo-doo-doo.
Send
What's
money
that?
for research,
Is that a
please.
guitar? Oh shit!
What? Yeah, airport.
Yeah, no, that actually makes sense. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Lynn. Show us what you're looking at, Kari.
Yeah.
You're all over here making epiphanies.
I know it's like ooh and we're like, what is it? Describe.
Send money for research,
yeah.
please.
Oh,
I know. Did you see that?
Oh,
That's so cute.
yeah. This is already giving me yes.
Are these the
exactly.
three? Are these the three buildings?
Yeah, this is looking very.
Wait,
looking
they were
way better.
orange. Espérate, they were orange.
Oh, hey there.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Hey there, Mr. Guy. I'm in the wrong spot.
What did we walk in on with that view?
I don't know.
I don't know what
Is
was
this a
about to
bridge
happen
or is
in
this
that
a tunnel?
view.
Oh, this is a
Something.
tunnel. Okay.
Now you're in a tunnel.
That's
Ooh, I
a-
love
yeah.
that.
So this is an emergency
No.
runway, so I don't think they would have been able to get on here, but maybe over here.
Okay, hold on. What if no? That's not the orange thing. What's the 3-pillar orange?
Hello,
thingy?
Melissa Nicole.
And where's the airport?
This is gonna drive me
Airport's here.
crazy. Now I'm obsessed.
Zoom out from the airport real quick because you're looking way too close to the airport, I think.
Because I'm looking
Thank you.
for the three buildings.
Okay, stop. So no, stop. Okay. So it would have to be, go down a little bit. Go down. Okay, so he would have to filmed it from right there in the middle of where it's at, somewhere from over here. Nope, you're too far inland. You need to go out farther.
Yeah.
Yeah, like somewhere
Out
out
here?
in this area. And I think the
What-
three buildings you're gonna see on that little end of that land grab right there.
Or here.
Okay.
It's at the top of the
Zoom in
screen.
there.
I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah, this looks much more like, where he was at. And you're not looking, he wasn't
This is all
standing at
shipping
the three
stuff.
buildings.
Oh, here
He
we
wasn't
go.
standing-
There's-
And he wasn't standing at the 3 buildings. The 3 buildings were off in the distance a little bit in front of him. That's why I'm saying you need to look at, if you're looking for the buildings, you need to look out up more.
This is all hotels and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, no, it was more of like, it was literally like a fishing yard almost.
Mm-hmm.
But this is giving me much.
It was a dock
Yeah,
next
this is-
to one
this
of
is
those.
also-
Wait, didn't we see the yachts? You saw the yachts, right? Isn't
There
that
was
the
yachts.
Isn't that the marina right there in
Maybe.
the middle?
Like
I
to the
only saw
left.
yachts in the other airport. I didn't see yachts in the video unless there are yachts in the video.
Oh, okay. I thought that when we zoomed in on that video from afar, you could see yachts, but maybe I was
Yeah.
wrong. I was
Our
probably wrong.
perspective
I'm
has to
getting
be
all
that
of
the
them
airplane's on the
confused.
right in front of
Yeah,
us, right?
Yeah, the air. Yeah.
The-
Uh-huh.
the
It has to be on
airplane
right
came
side.
up. Well, the airplane came up from the left going up, so... Could it have been down here on this platform?
No.
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 Okay.
It was a real casual
I don't think you're.
place.
I don't
It
think
had
you're in
like
the
a
right.
fence.
I don't think you're in the
Yeah.
right area at all. Because zoom out now. Zoom out. You're not really looking at the airport that way. So like, go back in.
Well, I'm looking at, like... They need to be looking this way. Like, they need to be looking east.
I
for
know,
the
but
plane
you
to
were
go
like
left or
looking
right.
down in that channel like that. They weren't looking out that way. It would have made more sense if they were on that outer area, not in the middle of that channel.
Here?
No.
Where-
Like the top of
you
it,
said-
like the top of it, like up there. Yeah, like that area would make sense of where they were looking at it from.
But the buildings were on the left.
I know that's what I'm saying, but for the perspective of what we're looking at, it would have to.
Yeah,
look at
it could have
from
been on
there.
the left. On
You're
the
too
other
far
side of the
inland.
screen. Yeah.
What?
Mhm.
It's like I almost have to turn it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I don't see the building across the bay though. Either
no,
from that
me either.
view, I don't
It
really
said
see
on
the
the
three pillars.
South Boston waterfront, right? That's what it said.
Okay.
What
could
did it say,
be
Brie?
those tank
I hate the
things?
leaf
Oh.
blowers. Over South Boston.
Okay,
Just
this is
South Boston.
This is South Boston here. This is South Boston. This
Mm-hmm.
is this is why I'm thinking it's like somewhere in this area
Yeah.
because this is
I
on the
think
water,
it's way too
facing the right way.
way too landlocked, and also the
Do we still have the
perspective-
video?
and the
do we have the video
perspective.
clip?
Yeah, we need the video to
Mhm.
see the building again.
Mhm.
You see, okay, so is it?
Okay. So that there are train tracks. It's definitely in the shipping area.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it would literally have to be like right to the right of that airport. You were way too far inland to be looking at that perspective of where the planes would have been coming at. You were too
Where
far
does it
over. That's what I was saying.
Where
It had
do
to
we
been on
see
the
the
other
plane?
side of that marina over there. And it's literally like where a boat would pull up. And yeah, it's like this old ass building with 2 humps on it. Nothing new.
And it's right there in the corner. It's right there in the corner where the
mhm.
water is. And
Mhm.
I'm just trying
There's
to
an
figure out
island.
what that looks
This
like.
is, and
from
this
the
isn't
top.
and this isn't like a public area. This obviously is like he works in the shipyard area. It's not where somebody could just, I think, walk up to.
It's a mystery.
It's a
Yeah.
mystery. It's
definitely in
true.
this area somewhere.
It's like
It's
a
in- yeah.
bluish green, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking for
Hoo,
the
hoo, hoo, hoo.
rooftop. I'm thinking it might be this. You know, yeah,
you can't
yeah, it's this
tell.
building. Yeah, it's
Let's
here.
see.
You found
There's-
it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was filmed here. Because here's the building. Let's see if I can.
Where we can't see you.
Can't see
Am
it.
I not showing?
No,
Oh, you removed it.
we were
We were
using
watching the other
our
one.
imagination.
There it is. There's our
Okay.
building.
Hey, Randall. Oh,
And
yep.
there's it.
Totally.
Oh, and there's
Okay.
planes. Oh, okay.
Oh, son of a
Oh.
bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he filmed it. He filmed it out here.
Down there.
But
Yeah,
wait,
for
where
sure.
is
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking-
in that little
Yellow
There's
rail.
that
area.
yellow.
Pretty yellow.
There's a yellow
Yeah.
rail. Yeah. Did you find the yellow
Yeah.
fence? The-
Probably on the other side of the silos.
Here.
Or
There
right
it
in
is.
there. Oh, there you go. Oh, that
Yeah,
that
he filmed
area
it
looks
right
like
there.
it makes sense.
How do you guys
Yeah.
see that? Hold on, I'm gonna make this big.
Where is it?
I don't see yellow.
Here.
Yeah, the yellow rail
Yeah.
start right there.
Mhm.
Yellow
yeah,
rail.
and
Yep,
that's the
yep, I
ending.
see
So
'em.
he filmed it
Yep.
from right there,
Yep.
facing
That makes
this
sense.
way.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's
We did it,
incredibly
everyone.
close.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
did it,
that's
Reddit.
Really
Airport
close
runners.
to the
Damn.
airport.
Teamwork makes the
We did
dream
it.
work. I had to say
Reddit
that.
solved the
Definitely
mystery.
not. We did it, guys.
It took
Come
20
on,
minutes,
make
but we
it
did it. It's
A
possible.
UFO
We
no?
did it.
I think that I think that this
It
turns
doesn't
it
change.
into-
I does that really change it?
Does it change it for
Well,
you,
let's
Mom? Or
not
you think
forget.
Those
Let's
were
not forget like
moving.
what happened at the O'Hare Chicago airport,
Right.
or
I'm a yes.
in
That's one of my
China
favorite
where they
We're
had
sticking
to
to it.
ground all the airplanes. We can't forget about these
It's
instances too. So I'm gonna leave
it open.
I would say more information. However, we probably
We just
gathered as much
we
as
just
we could.
information the fuck out of it. Yeah, we really
But
did.
yeah,
We did.
We
did.
beat that dead horse to glue and back.
Mom,
We like really just.
I know.
What?
Mom, do you have a show this weekend? Or is it next weekend?
Yes, I do.
It's this weekend. Okay, Sunday or
I
Saturday?
do. I'm so excited. Sunday.
Sunday. Ooh, okay, what time?
Connor at 3 p.m. Central. I have Connor with a Bigfoot related show.
I'm so excited.
The Skunk Cave.
Right
I am too. Because I want to talk to him about giants and Bigfoot and the Foyas on Bigfoot. I mean, Bigfoot's like all over the place. It's like hot.
Yeah.
Oh no, he is right now. I know.
Hey, where can people find you on the internet? In case people don't know.
On Twitter, I am Akashicris17. So, and then you can find me. My channel is Mindforked. And
yeah, if you guys
there's not that many that are like that.
Yeah, if you guys go to the description of this video, her link for her YouTube is inside of there, and I want every single one of you guys to subscribe. If I do not see her subscribers go up, I will come to your house and I will strangle you with a shoelace.
And I can't.
You weren't really. That's not actually a threat of violence, YouTube. I just want to point out that wasn't a real threat of
would never
violence.
threaten. She's a sweet.
No, it's a joke.
Sweetie, but it is a joke. But yeah. So tomorrow I am going to be, I'm actually guesting on Rich Cat Ranch's channel.
Oh, right on.
Remember I had her channel, I did a crossover. And right now I'm working on a new outro for Bigfoot. It's a Bigfoot related outro for my show. I'm starting to do like outros at the end, like customize them. Because they're a lot of fun to do, but man, they're hard.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that, Kari, man. Video editing, that's a lot of work. But it's so fun when you get the finished product and you're happy. It's like
all those intro videos we do. Bree does all of those. She painstakingly makes those from scratch. Yeah.
Wait, she makes videos?
She does.
I'm really impressed with what you guys do now that I like doing this stuff. And it's like I'm trying to customize my things, but it's like that's a lot of content.
It's constant work.
About copyright.
Constant work. Constant.
Sync the music with the visuals. So
yeah.
Can I do a call out?
Yes, please.
Call out if anybody, if there's any artists in the community that are interested in being on my next night at the Ufology. I have a series that just does like if you have a piece that you want to submit, I basically just get a little paragraph from you and I do an entire like 5-minute segment, 4 to 5 minutes on the piece. It's like a curating. I'm trying to do like night at the Ufology, like taking the people to.
I love that. Yeah,
I love that.
And at the same time, trying to use music along with it, make it entertaining, and then get these guys seen. I had Andrew Pierce last time. It was really fun.
Ooh,
so
that's awesome.
I've done 4 episodes of that, so it's kind of a passion.
I love
that. Amazing. Do you have any final words or anything that you would like to tell the world? Peace, love.
I just want everybody to stay kind. This is we're not gonna find the answers by just barking at each other and and being evil and not being kind. Come on, you guys. It's like there's so many awesome people in this community. Like we can make it through this, and let's explore new topics. There's so many topics we can cover. That's why I'm obsessed with ancients, because like we focus on what's out there. We know that something is intertwined with us, that there's a consciousness factor to this, but then we have answers in physical form underneath the earth. So I mean, there's so much we can look at. And I just can't wait to kind of mix them all together. And it's like, talk about artificial intelligence layered in there. It's like all these things kind of come together. So
I think that's the thing. The more and more you look into it, the more you realize all this stuff is connected. So you have to keep going down all these weird rabbit holes.
I have so many notes of ideas. It's like
it's the way to do it.
Oh, so anyway, but thank you
I
for
got-
having
I
me.
literally-
There's so much stuff.
I
I've
have a
done that
binder.
stuff now.
I have a binder full of stuff, so I feel you. I'm
A
with you.
categorized, color-coded binder.
Oh yeah, I don't fuck around.
I'm
You see,
impressed
Bree
on
has
it.
notebooks
Right, so
everywhere
organized.
too. Organized.
I'm sure
All
she
right,
does.
Kari, where can we find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at Fires of Truth. This has been just another day in ufology. At Fires of Truth on Twitter. I also have a speaky vlog called Spooky Speaks that I do occasionally. Or you can find me here every Thursday teaching y'all how to find places in Boston, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah. Where can we find you, Jamie?
Ooh, you can find me at Toddy Waba with Bree. We're just on there posting about our shows and, posting memes and rap lyrics.
I love the
so
memes.
if you
I
like
love the
memes and rap lyrics and pictures of our chat wearing our merch, that's where to follow us. What about you, Bree? Where can we follow you?
You can find me at Matt's Brie, MATTSBRI, where
All right,
I
you guys.
post
Oh, yeah.
anything I want.
We will see you guys next week. We got
Love
Jeff from
it.
Strange Recon. We are doing Orang Pendek, something like that. So we'll see you guys next week for our shows. We love you all.
Are you
Good
doing
night.
Orang Pendek?
We love
Yeah,
you
You're doing
deeply.
Orang Pendek?
Yeah, on Tuesday.
Deeply.
I know Orang Pendek now. I've done my research. I will
Ooh,
be
we'll have
there,
to talk.
girl.
We'll have to talk. All
I'll
right.
talk. I've
And
done my
You can also
research.
see Bree and Jamie in the new Roswell documentary
Oh, yeah,
on
Tubi Dog.
Tubi.
Absolutely.
So,
all right.
go
Bye,
check that
everybody.
out.
Love you.
Good
Bye.
evening. Bye.
Love you.